Now, on Monday, Nasser Hospital, the largest in southern Gaza and one of the few still partially operating in the Strip, was hit twice by Israeli strikes. At least 20 people were reportedly killed, including journalists and medical staff. A new investigation by BBC Verify has uncovered that the hospital was hit 4 times. With me now is Merlin Thomas from BBC Verify. Hi, Merlin. So tell us more about what you've uncovered.
Initially, reports from Gaza said that Israel had hit Nasser Hospital twice, but our investigation has uncovered that, in fact, Israel had hit the hospital 4 times. Now, let me talk you through the timeline a bit. There was a hit at 10:08 a.m. local time when Hussam al-Masri, a journalist who was operating a live feed for Reuters, was killed on the eastern staircase of Nasser Hospital. Now, new footage we've obtained shows that at practically the same time, the northern staircase was also hit. Now, let me show you the footage. We can see smoke pouring out of the northern staircase as well as the eastern staircase. Now, the blast at the northern staircase had previously gone unreported because the so-called double strike on the hospital had overshadowed this blast that we have uncovered. And videos we've seen show an injured person being carried down the stairs, and we've shown the videos of the damage inside the hospital as well to munitions experts who said that this damage appeared consistent with a relatively small munition travelling at a relatively flat trajectory as well.
And then how does this follow through? Because there was then another strike.
Yes, so 9 minutes later, Israel hit the eastern staircase again, and that is where there were first responders and journalists, and that is when they were killed. Now, just before I show you this footage, I'll say that we won't be showing you the moments of the hit itself, but when we slow the video down and watch it frame by frame, we can see that actually there is one projectile, and then you see the blast itself, and then we see a subsequent projectile as well, which those 2 projectiles are within a fraction of a second of each other, which brings the total number of times that Israel has hit the hospital to 4 times.
And Israel is conducting its own investigation. What have they said?
Well, their statements on this attack have evolved over the past week since the attack itself. So initially, the Israeli military said that it regretted harm to uninvolved individuals. Then, hours later, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister, said that he called it a tragic mishap. And then on Tuesday, when there was an initial inquiry conducted by the Israeli military, they said that it had been targeting a, quote, camera positioned by Hamas, but they didn't provide any evidence of this. And when we presented our findings to the Israeli military, they didn't add any additional comments, and they still haven't acknowledged the multiple strikes on the hospital. But our investigation raises multiple questions about why Israel hit the hospital 4 times.
OK, Merlin, thank you.